You ready? You got me running, Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that. Raise your hands up, raise them out.
Everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Currency Call with Forex Trading Asia. Thanks again for joining us to the regular viewers. And look, guys, if you are new to the show, welcome. It is episode 377, and it's the 17th of September. So just a quick intro for the people that are new. This is the Currency Call, and we do this from Monday to Friday at 11 a.m. GMT plus 8. So to start with, on Mondays, we go through the Aussie and Kiwi. Tuesday, the Euro. Wednesday, the Pound. And Thursday, Yen and Gold. And then Friday, today, we'll go through the CAD and crypto with Daniel, specifically Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is the Currency Call, where you'll get market economic updates, key support and resistance levels, trade ideas, and of course, much more. And this Currency Call will be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and the short-term traders. And we'll go through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also we'll be highlighting potential targets and risks. Please note as well, this is a disclaimer. So any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So just please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. So to start off the call, guys, I'll be taking the USDCAD just to start off with, and I'll also touch base on the US dollar index as well. So just to start, guys, what I do want to do is quickly just go to the charts and just show you what's been happening with the US dollar index. So we will be discussing the USDCAD as well right after, but I just want to go and offer some context into what happened last night as well. So we do have the USDCAD up here as well, and I'll just get the index up thanks to SamTrade. So we have seen some upside to the US dollar as well. So just having a look at the chart and what the price action has been doing, we've seen it has sustained some strength. It did come back down to sort of this mid-range where we've been trading from around 93 flat to the low 92s, briefly breaking below 92. And we are back up to recent highs, and we nearly got back to 93. Now, the reasoning behind that, I want to talk about, what happened last night as well, just to give some context into the economic events. So we'll go to the economic calendar thanks to Forex Trading Asia as well. Remember, guys, make sure you get registered. It's free. If you like articles, you accumulate points, and every 1,000 points, you get a $20 Amazon gift card as well. So for yesterday, Thursday, we did have, and we were discussing this before the call started as well. We had the retail sales month on month was, a considerable beat on expectations, nearly, 1 full percent higher than expected. We came at 0.7, expected was negative 0.8%. And then we also had, even the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index was elevated. Then the core retail sales really, and this is a high impact, news release in regards to this figure, and it came at 1.8%, and it was expected to be negative 0.1. So a lot of strength there. And then in regards to the CAD, there was a little bit of news out. We did have the wholesale sales down a little bit more than expected as well. We'll just cycle up just in case I didn't. And we did have the housing stats, or the housing starts, sorry. And that was down a little bit on expectations, 268 expected, and it actually came out at 260.K. So in regards now to the USD CAD, so we are on Friday, and I was discussing this, Daniel and I, before the currency call started. And what I'll do, I'll just quickly go to the charts now and just explain the situation with the USD CAD, because I think we can all agree it's nice to be in the market, and obviously, especially in a winning trade. But it just looks like, guys, right now, that is how I would describe it, as a bit of a conflicted situation, because the Canadian dollar is very strongly correlated to the price of oil. So we've got this here. Let's go to the daily chart, in fact, and it is range bound. although it is currently pressed up against, or very close to it, this 127 resistance level. Now, the situation was we did see a stronger US dollar, but we are also seeing oil has actually broken out a little bit. So it's nearly, to $72.50 a barrel. And if you just have a look at the daily chart, you'll see the bounce that has actually taken place. And we are pushing to recent highs back up to 76 or so. And that just means that strengthens. And there's a lot of factors, leading to this as well. But if you just have a look at that chart, you would say that it just makes it a little more difficult to say US dollar's stronger, USD-CAD is going to rise. So if we go back to the USD-CAD chart here, now I just want to go to the news now just to put together a bit of a trade idea, also utilizing one of the 5 steps that we use for the LCS Traders Club. So we'll go back to the news here. And so for today, there's not a lot of news in regards to the US dollar. There is obviously a lot of stuff with the pound and the euro as well, which we have gone into detail in previous episodes this week. So we've got the Michigan consumer expectations and the Michigan consumer sentiment. Now, we don't have a lot of CAD news. So for a trade idea now, it also is Friday. So I will put a disclaimer on this, that this is a riskier trade in regards to the news around the USD-CAD and the fact that oil could rise again. So if we go back to the charts now, and this is more of a shorter term play, I will go into what's happening next week in the news as well. But okay, so I'll get the trend line here. So if we do get a break over 127, I'd like price to get to 127.10 for an entry, and then we can target a pretty decent upside. I'll just bring that down a little bit because we're not saying it's going through 129, but if we get the crosshairs, so let's say we have a 40 pip stop loss from 127.10 as the entry, so that's a 126.70 as the stop loss, and then we've got a pretty decent risk to reward ratio here. I mean, if you're patient and things play out with the US dollar strengthening, there could be a 1 to 4 risk to reward ratio. But again, it's got to be very carefully monitored, because if we do see some more jitters in the markets, and what I'm referring to is if we see, the US dollar weaken a little bit, we could easily see this trade play out in reverse. So for today, if we do see weakness, and I'd like to see, honestly, the USD-CAD get back to 127, weak a little bit like we've seen here, and then turn around and on the 1 hour time frame present a bearish candlestick. I mean, something like this is quite exaggerated, but not necessarily as prolific as that in regards to the length of the candle. And then what you would be doing is you would be taking a 40 pip stop loss, entering at 126.90, 40 pip stop loss. And then if I go back to the 4 hour, we've got 126.90, and then we've I wouldn't say it's going to fall all the way back down there, but even if it's a 80 pip or so take profit, that's a 1 to 2 there. But again, it's a conflicted environment with everything. So if you do take it, be careful. And I just quickly want to go back to the calendar now. So what we do like to do is look forward into next week. So we've got, I think we need to go straight to the main piece here, which is going to be on Thursday. There is a lot of news coming out. So very early in the morning, this is GMT +8. We've obviously got interest rate decisions. We've got the projections. We've got the FOMC economic projections, the press conference, and the interest rate decision. Now, make sure to check out the currency call on Thursday morning at 11 o'clock GMT +8, because Kim Hong will be breaking this all down for us in regards to what it all means. Now, there's a lot, really a conservative trade would be just to stay out until this is coming out as well, because we've also got some CAD news as well. We've got the retail sales. So this is where there could be a bigger opportunity. Let's say there's some very hawkish comments out of the Fed and these retail sales miss, we could really see a great deal of upside. So right now, I would say, if we just quickly go back to the chart, it's probably not super a high probability at all to be pursuing trades right now. But again, if you're willing to do that and you are in a position to be in front of the charts, that's an opportunity, long or short, on the USDCAD are my thoughts on that. So those are my thoughts there, guys. And what we have next is we've got currency strategist Gim Hong. We'll be just discussing a recent trade he's taken on the pound Aussie. So over to you now, Gim Hong, with your trade idea.
All right, thank you, Scott. Happy Friday, everyone. Recent trade ideas. Yes, so recent that it actually was just like probably within 12 hours. So, pound Aussie, Australian jobs market dented by Delta variant. Okay, so this was actually a trade idea that was fired out yesterday. Yeah, and it got triggered like I think a few hours later. Okay, so basically the motivation behind this trade idea is simple. It's just pretty much fundamentals. Okay, so as I've already mentioned several times for the past 2 or 3 days, okay, the UK CPI data, okay, was actually very strong, right? So we actually have a 9-year high inflation level, all right, coming out from the UK, okay, that actually led to some strengthening in the pound. Now, on the other side, I think it was yesterday or the day before that the Australian Bureau Labor Statistics, okay, announced or released, okay, reported that the jobs market back in August was, pretty bad. Okay, there was I think some 143,000 jobs being lost. Okay, in that month itself. I think as expected, because of the several of the lockdown measures being reimposed across Australia. Okay, so it doesn't come as a surprise that the jobs market was impacted negatively as well. Okay, so because of the strong fundamentals coming in from the UK and the weaker fundamentals coming in from the Australia, okay, I'm actually expecting a upwards move in the pound Aussie. Okay, so in short, I'm bullish on pound Aussie. So yeah, that's the motivation behind it. Let me just show you the chart. So at the moment, okay, it's not doing very well, right? So yesterday it triggered, let me just zoom in. So it triggered at this candle and then it closes, lower. But then I think it was like a couple of hours ago, it strengthened again and it come back down again. So I think it was yesterday that in the Traders Club Facebook, someone actually asked my thoughts on this trade idea, pound Aussie. So I actually replied saying that at the moment, okay, I'm still bullish on this trade idea. Well, I mean, this trade idea is based on a H4 time frame, right? So, I mean, my view is definitely longer than just like half a day or 1 day kind of, duration. Okay, so yeah, with this fundamental backing up pound and pulling Aussie down, my view at the moment for pound Aussie is that it's likely still going to be going upwards. Okay, pay attention to the the UK retail sales data that will be out later, I think at 1400 GMT +8. Okay, so the market expectation is for consumer spending in the UK to rise more than the previous month in August. Okay, so that's actually a good I would say it will be a good booster to the UK, to the pound, okay, if it actually turns out as expected or even better than expected. Okay, nonetheless, I don't really think there's going to be much movement, okay, based on the economic calendar today. Yeah, on pound Aussie, okay, unlikely going to be much of a move on pound Aussie. However, okay, next week, like what Scott mentioned earlier, okay, there's going to be there's going to be monetary policy meetings next week, okay, one of them being the Bank of England, okay, so it will be very interesting to hear what the Bank of England Governor Bailey has to say with regards to the recent rise in inflation in the UK, right, to a 9-year high level, okay, and that will definitely create some movements in pound. I strongly believe so, okay, so it's probably going to be like, what are they going to do on their QE tapering plans, okay, are they going to announce or hint anything on that matter, right? And another thing is that on next Tuesday, yeah, I think it's next Tuesday, the Reserve Bank of Australia will also be releasing the the most recent meeting minutes for the monetary policy meeting. All right. Well, if there's going to be anything coming out from the minutes, okay, it's likely going to be, why the central bank actually decides to proceed with QE tapering, okay, this month, starting from this month, and actually extend it from a 2-month duration to a 5-month duration. Well, actually, I've already covered this pretty much in depth previously during the post the RBA meeting, okay. So it is likely that Governor Low is going to reiterate, what he has mentioned during the one of the recent speech. I think it was at some, I think it was at a foundation or something like that, right? He actually mentioned why the RBA actually decides to extend the duration, okay, from November to February 2022, okay, the duration of the QE tapering. So, yeah, with that, fundamentally, I'm still a bit bearish on the Australian dollar and bullish on the British pound. Okay, so with that, I will update you guys again if there's a need to make any amendments to the current trade idea for pound Aussie. Okay, so other than that, I will see you guys next week. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thank you very much for that, Kim Hong, as well. Now, guys, I have shared a couple of links. So I've got the LCS Traders 5 steps checklist. So this is a condensed version really of the course we offer. So it just goes into detail about exactly why we get into a trade and how we construct a trade as well in regards to following the 5 steps that we do have. For anyone that's looking to get that resource, it is free and available on our YouTube channel. I've also shared in the chat here, the LCS Traders YouTube as well. And don't forget, guys, to nominate the LCS Traders Club for the best educational community as well. We're looking to get that award with Ecofin as well. So click that link as well. I've sent that in the chat. In fact, because I've sent it a little bit higher up in the chat, I'll send that now. Just for anyone who hasn't done it, we would greatly appreciate it as well. And I briefly, just for anyone that isn't aware of it as well, I'm just going to quickly share the YouTube channel as well. So this is it. So if you've been following us for a while, you would have noticed that there have been some dramatic changes to the YouTube channel. I cannot take credit for that as well. John Wee was the man behind all this. So we've got the 4-day Kickstarter up, which is all free. It's the entire thing as well. So please, if you are new, watch this. Save yourself a lot of money, save yourself a lot of pain in the markets by watching this. And then we upload everything as well in regards to the uploads in the upload section. So it's all videos. And then we have the daily currency analysis, which is the full video uploaded as well. And then we also have breaking news analysis, which Kim Hong does. And then we also have the trade ideas as well. If you've missed the trade idea, you can go back and it's just the trade idea in its entirety. And then we also have educational videos, and these have recently been uploaded as well. So I would strongly encourage you guys to watch those educational videos. We've got a lot of them. And we also have information on the LCS Traders Club as well. And then testimonials from clients that are invested with ForexBriefcase, which is the background behind me is the performance of that as well. So we're up nearly 100% in 3 years. So that is what is on the YouTube channel. So it is Fridays, guys. So this might be a favorite of certain individuals who love crypto. Daniel will be going through Bitcoin and Ethereum, and he'll also be discussing a little bit about the LCS Traders Club as well. So over to you now, Daniel.
Hey, thank you, Scott. So yes, so this, last week we talked about Friday, we talked about crypto. For those who are trading cryptos or actually buying cryptocurrencies, this is the time to be here. Okay, so let's go straight into the charts right now. Right. So for Bitcoin, what happened last Bitcoin after the big drop down below the 50,000 level range, it has been, the market is a bit confused. Sentiments, I did talk about it. It's like in a consolidation phase. We let's watch out for it. That kind of levels. there was like a pennant coming in. However, I say that you have to watch for it, right? It must be a very strong downwards below the 45,000 level range before it could move downwards. However, I have a bit of optimism they will move back upwards because the demand and applications for Bitcoin, it's still strong, right? It's still strong happening. So I think surely it looks as if it will slowly move to the 50,000 level range. Would it happen there? My opinion, just is my own personal opinion and analysis that yes, it would happen. So let's look at the 4-hour chart. You can see here slowly moving in and bouncing off. I'm looking at right now, okay, right now a short-term trend going upwards right now, and this is looking more like what's going to happen for the week and especially over the weekend. Watch out for it. It could come very close to the 50,000 level range. After it hits above the 50,000 level range, where would it go? Then we'll see. Unless there's another spike up, which I don't think that's going to happen, it will probably move towards the next resistance level at 58,000. Why do I say that? Is because you hear so many news. I mean, there's a big drop at that point in time where El Salvador is coming in officially using Bitcoin as their currency, official recognized currency, legal tender, right? So what's happening is you've been hearing that they are a country, small country, all right, but it is nevertheless the country-wise is buying the dips. Every time it dips down, it buys so that it can spread to the citizens and or to do exchange as well. So I think there's already and with the institutional supports coming in buying the dips, I think this buying the dip thing is going to have a continuously of a support level. So that's where it continue to move slowly and surely continue to move upwards, and that's what I think for Bitcoin. Okay, what happened with Ether? Ether is the same thing, following the Bitcoin, the big brother Bitcoin. The Ether is number 2 in the cryptocurrencies activities here. And what's happened is really pushed up. Last week I mentioned that it is like moving in a range coming in. If I look at the 4-hour chart, this is what has happened. It tried to similarly push down below the 3,300 level range, but it didn't continue to move down. It just breaks through, lots of false breakout coming in, and right now continue to push upwards above the 3,500. Now I'm pretty excited. It moves up, rebound, retested this previous level here, and I think it's going to continue to move upwards towards the 4,000 level range again. So let me shift this up. But I think it's going to be similar to Bitcoin, slowly moving upwards. Now, the story is that with Bitcoin, right now, there's a lot of potential applications. Like in the US, the cinema AMC is starting to accept not only Bitcoin, but also accept Ether, Litecoin, and a few other cryptocurrencies, and more applications are coming in. When hear about Ether, you'll definitely hear that as of, I think yesterday, I was reading an article that they already burned about $2.8 billion worth of Ether already. So they will continue to burn as you use, continue to burn. So they are already looking at it. Demand is still strong. So there's the supply still coming in and continue to burn. Slowly, I believe it's going to move up to a 4,000 level range and possibly even going to a level of quite close to 5,000. Now, this is what I'll be looking at is an ultimate, not say ultimate, but confirm about surely short term or medium term, I would say range about to 5,000 level range, but it has not happened immediately. No surprises, it will slowly move up. If you pass the 4,000 level range, it could move to the 5,000 in a month or so. So it's a slow play right now. But I must warn you that there are talks about regulations keep coming in right now. So regulations are coming in and to monitor. So what could only spana thrown in for this slow moving upwards would be the regulators, of the various countries could come in and slow down the spin or even cause downward movements because of they want to control it as cryptocurrencies are getting much more popular. Okay, so bear in mind, remember Bitcoin, I think right now for this week into the next Friday, I think it will slowly move upwards. For Bitcoin, slowly move up to the 50,000 level range, and for Ether will move up to the quite close to the 4,000 level range first. Now, if it breaks the 4,150 level, then it could move to 5,000. That's something to watch out for, and I'm excited. So again, please do your own analysis. All this analysis is about my personal opinion only. Okay, so now, for those who are already in the club, we can join me in the LCS Traders Club. Okay, for LCS Traders Club, what we have lots of applications here. We have a lot of questions, not only like cryptocurrencies. We have not only like currencies, cryptocurrencies. You can ask anybody in the members here in the trading floor. Lots of discussions here. Even last night we were all talking about it. But today, what I'll tell you about, a lot of people keep asking, what's the difference with the signals coming in? With the free channel and Telegram channel. Now the signals here are issued 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes earlier than the Telegram channel. So those Telegram channels are coming a little bit late, but signals here for members only. We do have the signals here, and not only that, there is the notifications. These can be applied in the mobile application. You have a computer, so all you can set the notifications and inform you on real time when there is a signal. So for example, we will give you a buy signal, for example, buy or sell signal, which currency pairs, what kind of entry we'll be looking at, stop loss, and 3 possible take profits targets. Now, we don't only give you this in the club, we also give you the signal analysis here, right? The signal analysis will tell you here, we don't just leave you alone and they give you TP1, TP2, TP3. Of course, we also do tell you, like, for example, if it hits TP2, TP3, what we'll be doing. We also give a lot of analysis like Aussie USD here. When we give the signals, it's much way above, but if we give Aussie US signals, we not only give you signals, we also give you the analysis on why we look to, for example, in this case, sell the Aussie USD. All right. So in the long run, not only do you earn from the signals, you also learn how we trade, and so you can trade much better. Now, when it hits TP1, TP2, or TP3, we'll tell you like TP1, maybe we'll look at the market and see whether the momentum is still continue moving in the same direction. We'll probably ask you to hold, and then hit TP2 at 40 pips here. You look at the market, perhaps it's already not really moving. Momentum is slowing down. We will say possible secure profits and to take profits here, like for example, 40 pips. So we don't leave you alone. We also guide everyone and give lots of suggestions here as well. Right? So, okay, so you must be thinking, how do I join and get all this education stuff here? Lots of the community in the LCS Traders Club, and not only that, you have signals here. All you need to do is go to the tradersclub.lcms.com.sg. I tell you already lots of beneficial things when you're trading Forex, especially lots of things are here, information, beneficial. It is only $49 a month. Now, this without the doubt, the least you must do if you want to be profitable in your trading and improve. So just fill it up here, and I see you guys, everyone in the club. See you. Back to you, Scott.
Thanks for that, Daniel. And again, guys, just referring to the chat, I've shared the link for the LCS Traders Club as well. And I've also shared a YouTube video just about what the LCS Traders Club is, just in case you got to the call late. Give that a watch and you'll understand a bit more. And also the Forex Briefcase managed account service that we offer. Click that link there, forexbriefcase.com, leave your details, and we'll get back to you straight away and get you invested with us as well. We're nearly made 100% in 3 years as well, with very little drawdown. And that, guys, is the video for Friday. So thank you very much for joining us. And I hope everyone has a great weekend, and see you guys Monday for the Aussie and Kiwi. Bye for now.